Right, folks, in this lesson, we're working with formulae. Okay, we've got plenty of formulae. We need to know how to substitute into those formulae, how to work out the answers. Let's have a look here, working with formulae. Okay, the formula that converts the Fahrenheit to degrees Celsius or vice versa is given by, this is the formula. You have your Fahrenheit here, you have your Celsius, degrees Celsius here. So, dealing with this formula, we need substitution. For example, let's look at this. You're going to convert 100 degrees Fahrenheit to degrees Celsius. What do? We've been given, let me call it F. We've been given F. We just substitute F by 100 on the formula. But, okay, look at this, guys. You have your 100, that replaces F there, minus 32. And this 100 is given. Cool. So, we're dealing with this brackets first. As I said, we're still coming to the main topic of BODMAS, but we deal with 100 minus 32 first, which is 68. So we have 5 over 9 times 68. From here, guys, okay, your match will be like here, substitution, and then you worked out the brackets, 100 minus 32, which is 68. From here, you can put the whole thing on your calculator, and then you come with 38 degrees Celsius. Okay, working with formula basically means substitution and work out the unknown. Let's have a look on the next example. Okay, next example is the formula for calculating the surface area of a closed cylinder is given by, let's look at that formula. This is SA, meaning surface area, equals 2 pi r squared plus 2 pi r h. You don't need to know what does this mean or where does this formula come from. What do we have to know? The substitution part. Let's look at this. The question says calculate the surface area of a particular cylinder whose dimensions are. Now I'm giving you the dimensions. The height, meaning this h. The height is 15 centimeter. The radius is 10 centimeter. And we have this guy here, pi. This pi, we will give it to you as 3.142 or somehow. Just listen to the question, follow the question. In this case, I've given you pi as 3.142. We're going to use it. Let's see. This is the formula. You plug it in. Now plug the values into the formula. Now, I want to explain this. 2 times pi, which is 3.142 I've given. When we substitute, we make use of brackets. I prefer brackets, guys, than multiplication sign. And then the r is your 10, okay? Then you square it up, plus the pi, as I've said, r is 10, h, which is height, is 15. Okay, we know that in some cases, they may need like centimeters, 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 centimeters. But I prefer putting the unit at the end. May confuse you, may happen to confuse you. Let's have a look. Now, I'm going to work this in parts. Look at this. 628.4 is when you multiply. You put the whole thing on a calculator and then you square it. Then you're going to have this. Okay, 628.4 plus work this separately on the calculator, and then you have 942.6 as well. From there, you put this together through addition. 628.4 plus 942.6. What do you have, guys? Then you have 1571 is where you can put your centimeter there. So, but remember, this is the surface area. The centimeter times another centimeter, this must be centimeter squared when you put the unit. Okay, sometimes you have a mark or a mark for the unit. You have to follow that. Now, we get into the next example, which is working with quadratic formula. Now, let's have a look on the quadratic formula. The quadratic formula will be the x values of a particular quadratic equation can be calculated by the formula. You don't have to know what's happening here, but what I can say is knowing what a is, which is the coefficient of x squared, knowing what b is, which is the coefficient of x, and knowing what c is, which is the constant number. Right, now I will give you this like the x values of x squared minus 2x plus 1, which is 0. And then we have to find the values of x, guys. As I said, b is -2, and then a is 1, c is 1. You plug in the formula until you work out the inside. You have 0 here, and then 2 over 2, which is 1. The x value of this formula is 1. It's simply substitution, guys. You put all the given values that you substitute in there. Until we meet again in the next lesson, see you, cheers.